In your classic noir films and novels, solving a case never amounts to a happy ending. The detective is always left with a sense of bitterness. A feeling that, before he took the case, the world was a better place. That he was a better person.
Come on, now spit it out!
Sometimes I just let my character get the best of me.
What do you want from me?
I told Stone what I knew. That he was going to let Yale win. That if he didn't, O'Leary would destroy Helen Moore's career. And that Moore was doomed either way. Or would be, as soon as America discovered her sweetheart was on drugs.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. No way. Who sent you?
Today? Nobody.
And what if I did believe you? What would that change? If I don't do this for her, how could I ever look her in the eyes? How could we stay together?
You think you'll stay together when you lose your title and they accuse her of doping?
At least I know I tried.
I came to convince you otherwise, but I think you might be right. You better take a dive.
I didn't take you for a romantic, Blacksad.
I feel you. But trust me, your manager is a murderer. Get as far away from him as possible.
Hey, Blacksad! Thank you.
Is he gonna let Yale win? Nope.
Yale confirmed to me that Dunn found out that Mitchell was giving him meds. That was the reason they argued the evening of his death.
In fact, I was clean at the time. Hadn't used for days. I didn't want to go down that road. I wanted to follow Joe.
But he discovered everything.
He didn't believe me when I said I had nothing to do with it.
But you used again.
Only after his death. I needed to cope.
But the drugs gave you a panic attack.
Yeah.
And a heart attack.
But I've been clean ever since.
Mitchell gave you the pills when he stopped by the hospital. Hence, your miraculous recovery. Are you planning on taking them before the fight? Don't do it, Bobby.
Someone has to save the gym. I owe it to Joe. And Sonia. And
Not
my
like
Aunt Mary.
this. Yeah.
The only thing you owe them is integrity. What would Dunn think of you now?
What good is a win to dope?
Stone and Yale hadn't taken away the bitterness I felt. I needed a friend. He was outraged that I hadn't given him the tip, but he let it go as soon as I bought him a milkshake. After the perfect storm of corruption and murder, only friendship could reconcile me with the world. Only that could make me believe in mankind again. Only that could cleanse my soul.
Blacksad really reminds me of Batman.
And money.
And Smirnoff reminds me of Commissioner Gordon. Is it Commissioner?
In your standard noir novel, Yale and Stone would be punished for breaking the rules. There would be justice for Sonia, the victim. But this was the real world. As the detective who had cracked the case, I just had to get my paycheck and be on my way.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Blacksad. Mr. Thorpe is on his way. Care to take a seat while you wait?
I guess I'll just have to wait.
He'll be here in a minute. Please take a seat.
No matter how many curveballs destiny throws his way, he always manages to land on his feet. When he was a rising sports talent, the war put an end to his career, so he became a war hero. After the war, he didn't end up like Gil or like me. He became an elite athlete, a Hall of Fame football star. When an accident left him in a wheelchair, he went on to succeed in advertising. The last time I climbed a skyscraper, I had very different intentions. I wasn't there to claim my reward. I was there to punish someone.
Alright, what do we got? Oh, that's Helen Moore. So what do I do with these? Like, they become nothing? Oh.
No, that's not possible. But what if Tim Thorpe was somehow involved in Mitchell's operation?
Mr. Blacksad? Mr. Thorpe is running later than expected, but he insists on meeting you, if you don't mind.
Sure, as long as you help me fight off this boredom.
That's not in my job description, but...
What?
If I had her markings on my skin, would I be the same person? Would my name be different?
Look at a book. Hmm. Is he? Why?
If my hunch is right, there should be a meeting with Mitchell noted somewhere in Thorpe's agenda. How long have you worked for Tim Thorpe?
Almost 3 years. And I hope it lasts.
Well, you see, I've got a problem. In order to figure out how much Mr. Thorpe owes me, I need to know what day I started working on the case. But I can't remember. You wouldn't have that written down, would you?
It sure wasn't on my shift. I remember. Let me see.
What else am I looking at? Yep, keep turning. Hospital?
What? Dunn was here 2 days before he died? Why didn't Thorpe ever mention that?
I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
but your name's not on here.
Wait, I just remembered something. The day I came, Joe Dunn had just walked out the door.
Well, no. You don't have any appointments. Although, I guess I could have forgotten to write you in. Mr. Dunn, who's usually very kind, left in a flurry. He even slammed Mr. Thorpe's door.
Okay. Now I know I have to get into Thorpe's office.
And he didn't even say goodbye.
Yes, that was the day. You don't recall me because the minute I saw Dunn stomp out, I followed him. I never actually came in.
Of course. That explains it.
No doubt. So, since it looks like Mr. Thorpe won't be here soon, I think I'll go take a walk down the hall. Gotta stay in shape.
She's looking at me like, are you fucking real right now? Yeah, look at her. Just like a crazy bastard.
Come
What
on,
the
Thorpe.
fuck are you on about?
Tell me there's a back door to your office.
So what if Dunn went to Thorpe?
Should I play the Smirnoff trump card again?
And they were talking about...
Smirnov didn't know what to think. He asked me to watch out and call him as soon as I had more information. He also told me that Gil had finally talked. He denied having blocked the basement door and said the truck door opened, but he got knocked on the head as soon as he tried to get out. He then woke up when the police found him beside the basement door. Obviously, the same person who had jammed the door had carried him there.
Yeah, what if they had a fight and then Thorpe actually got Mitchell to take care of Dunn?
If Weekly were here, I'd have to tie his hands behind his back.
Because it feels like it all goes back to these guys that were in war. The what do they called them? The Olympic Five together.
So, you had something to do with that chest expander after all.
He says he's never used it. Naughty. Still don't think he did it though. What the frick do I do? Oh. What? Oh yeah, he's in the office. How do I get? Oh, I need to get to the meeting room. Through the window? Of course. How convenient, the window's open.
And one of the strengths, the accuracy of his throw. I earned the nickname Iron Arm. I used to throw the ball in 50 miles. And yeah, whatever it wanted. And my coach, the great Joffrey Sachs. And so I worked hard. Pearl Harbor. I enlisted immediately. After losing a partner in combat, a serious injury, I asked to be relocated. I became a sniper. I know I shouldn't say this, but I was one of the best in the army, and it was all thanks to my accuracy. No, it was all thanks to Jeffrey Sachs. I wonder how many Americans that man saved with my arm. After these words, Tim Thorpe is moved almost to tears and asks me to take a break. It's shocking to see how an athlete and soldier, a man whose aim and skill won him a Medal of Honor and the nickname Surgeon among his brothers in arms. That can't be. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but no. Why am I surprised? In every investigation, there comes a point where every single lead seems to go down the drain.
Okay.
And you have to retrace your steps to get back on the right track.
Okay, so that stuff didn't... What the... Are you gonna let me... So don't worry about those leads, I guess.
That's it. Thorpe is the man behind the whole drug operation.
How the tables have turned. I would never have thought. What the heck? But how can he snipe in a bloody wheelchair? How very strange.
It's a bit strange to see no office chair behind a desk until you remember the desk's owner is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. How this bastard?
I better not use it. It might be connected to the switchboard at the front desk.
Oh, yeah. That's what the boss was.
Oh, crap. Of course.
Holy shit, that's a huge gun. Oh, so he's the bad guy. Isn't he like an uncle?
Wait, what if Groon's drugs helped Thorpe walk?
Surely not, no way.
Of course, it wasn't Mitchell or Gill. It was Thorpe who shot Randall at the hospital. Everything adds up now. And yet I can already hear Smirnov telling me I have no conclusive evidence. What if I set a trap for Thorpe? But how? Ha! What if I place Thorpe's gun up there and corner him so that he has to stand up to get it?
Think this will work?
The show was about to begin. All I needed was an audience and some patience.
Stop it!
Arr! Don't you know who you're dealing with, matey?
Oh my god.
What a silly man.
Mutiny! You wants to be shark bait, do ya? Oh, Blacksad. I feel terrible for keeping you waiting.
John,
But you see, there was mutiny on board, so...
stop.
You see what I have to put up with. All right, helmswoman, to the cabin with you! Onward!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Come along, Blacksad.
The
Julie, don't let
fuck's
anyone
going
bother
on?
us.
The fuck indeed.
Honey, will you wait in the boardroom for me, please?
But,
I'll just be a minute then. I think you've already suffered enough.
okay.
Were they at the funeral, maybe?
And think about where you'd like to have dinner tonight, okay?
No, okay.
You see, I'm not gonna pay you for solving the case.
What?
Wow. I thought you were the kind of man who is true to his word.
No, it's not that. You'll get every penny we agreed on, and more. But not because you solved the case, but for her. 2 days ago, she wanted to end it all. Drop out of college, sell the gym. Too many wounds to heal. But through your incredible work, you managed to heal them. Well, perhaps not completely. It takes time to get over something like this. But at least, thanks to you, Sonia wants to be happy. She has hope. I'm going to help her make Dunn's gym the best in the city. Who would have ever guessed it, huh?
I'm happy for her. She's been through a lot, and honestly, I wasn't sure she'd make it.
Well, she hasn't just yet. But she will in time. Anyway, back to the case. All those people you confronted. Gill, the German doctor, even Mitchell. Huh. I would have never suspected him. Did they say anything? Why did they do it? Did they mention
how
any
did I
accomplices?
not solve the case then, huh?
They did mention a certain surgeon.
Surgeon? You have any idea who that could be?
I'm sure this comes as no surprise, but it was Angus Mitchell himself. In fact, you gave me the lead by telling me he was a doctor.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I'm glad I could help. You see, besides my esteem for Joe and Sonia, this ordeal
Yeah.
really hits close to home.
I don't follow. How do you mean?
Sports are my livelihood. Do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
How do you know that?
What?
Oh, wait. Sonia told you.
Yes, that's it. Sonia told me.
That's funny. I never told Sonia.
He's cracking.
Well then,
He's cracking.
do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
All of them?
Luckily, no. But a lot. So far, the papers only talk about bodies down at the docks and an illegal lab. Not one has mentioned the athletes. But if one word gets out, this agency's future could be on the line. Not to mention Sonia's and the gym's. Could I ask you to be discreet?
I'm sorry to say your future is already on the line.
What do you mean?
I wasn't completely honest with you before. I know you're the surgeon. A journalist told me. Ring a bell?
I wanted to play a little bit. Until I could make him sweat a little.
I'm sure you've got good intentions, but you're wrong. What makes you think that? I'm sure there's an explanation.
I know you ordered Randall Lee to kill Joe Dunn. And you tried to frame Bobby Yale, who had recently given up your medical services.
Joe was my friend. Don't you get it?
I know that you are a highly skilled sniper, and I think it was you who shot Randall Lee at the hospital.
Have you seen me, Blacksad? How could I possibly do that? I hired you to solve this damn case. You think that's what a murderer would do?
Only because you thought I'd blame Bobby Yale and drop the case. But as soon as I realized something wasn't right, you sent Randall Lee and Gil to give me a scare. And when all that failed, you ordered Lee to kill me.
You're the type that won't open his jaws once he's got his prey, aren't you?
Never.
You're right. I never let go of my prey.
Put yourself in my place for a minute. You're a promising football player who just got back from the war, but you're still a nobody. The man you saved kindly opens his house to you, and that man is still undone by his wife's passing. He works all day at his gym, and he drinks himself to sleep at night. So you practically end up raising his daughter. You give her her very first abacus. You encourage her to further her education. You comfort her when she misses her mother and her father. Meanwhile, your sporting career takes off. Life is good. Until one day, out of the blue, an accident cripples you. An old friend, Mitchell, tells you he knows someone who can help you. A German doctor. His drugs take some time to work, but they do wonders. You manage to walk for short bursts at a time, little by little. And those bursts keep getting longer. But the drugs aren't cheap at all. So you have to find a way to pay for them, don't you see?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I'm not that clever, so deduction-wise. Did the ad agency, I suppose?
So you decided to start an advertising agency focused on product endorsement by athletes. And then it occurred to you to sell them those same drugs you were taking. Drugs would help them excel, and you'd get better ad deals. The perfect business model. Your first client? Craig Spano. His career had hit a rough patch, so... He was the guinea pig for your new operation. And yet, When the drug started having serious side effects, you got rid of him. Afraid he would talk, you tried to kill him. That's why he hid. From then on, your business was smooth sailing. You even began to think you were above the law. You thought that you were untouchable. Until Joe Dunn found out, and then, 2 days before his unfortunate death, he came to see you.
That's enough now. You stop it. Now, I don't know if I'm above the law, but I am sure as hell not beneath it. Do you know how much power I have? The kind of people I eat with every day? I could shoot you right now, and nothing would happen to me.
With that gun you keep in your drawer? I'm afraid not.
Got him.
I placed your pistol out of reach, just in case you happen to confirm my suspicions, Iron Arm. And now, if you'd excuse me, I have an appointment with the police.
Wait, watch him walk.
I won't let anyone wreck my life again. Sonia and I, we deserve a future.
You can come in now, Smirnoff.
Timothy Wilson Thorpe, drop your weapon. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the state will provide one for you.
Ah, took the bullets. You think I'm not
Mr.
stupid?
Thorpe.
Whoa. What? Did she kill him? Yeah, nah, that ain't happening. Oh, cute.
Sonia Dunn. You are under arrest for the death of Timothy Wilson Thorpe. You have the right to remain silent.
Wait, who is he arresting?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Just shut up.
Well, that was interesting.
Sonia should never set foot in jail.
Blacksad, don't.
You and I have done similar deeds. You remember, right? If you're gonna arrest her, arrest me first, and then arrest yourself.
No, there's no way this could work. How do we hide this? John?
I'll put the bullets back in the gun. Thorpe had me at gunpoint, but I was faster. We're doing the right thing, Chief.
John, why do I end up getting my hands dirty every time I'm close to you?
You are, but you're not. Look what we have stopped. We've stopped this big criminal doping and fucking testing on people and killing, assassinations and thuggery and whatnot. And he killed her father, come on. Someone that she trusted and who pretended to be, you know, this close family member and uncle. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do and take law into your own hands, but I see as well where she was coming from and she acted on impulse. To be fair, I probably would have acted on impulse as well. Oh, so now
After
she knows
everything
about
that had
Mary,
happened,
huh? Oh.
the last thing I was interested in was the fight. Did Yale take drugs before the fight? Did Stone let him win? I had done everything in my power for things to go the way my moral compass dictated. Whether anyone would listen to me, that was another story.
Another story that we'll never fucking hear.
Because no matter what they tell us, our actions don't always determine our future. My moral compass. As if I even knew what that means.
I'd like to believe
I
that
didn't even know
you
what to think of my
didn't dope.
performance throughout the case. Did I have a clear conscience? Would I have made the same decisions, given the chance?
I think so. For the most part, yes. Because I think the way I am personally designed, I will always choose these types of, I guess, what choices? Pathways, whatever you want to call it. And that's it. The end. This was a great game. I really liked it. I tried to do it all in one sitting. And I almost did. But the last part I ended up having to do on the next day. But yeah, no, it's been great. I loved everything about it. The art style, the glitches weren't fun at all. The art style, the story, the characters, the game itself. So good. Mystery, everything. Even the ending was great. I love how you could choose between letting her kill herself, send her to jail, or let her off the hook. And I think sending her to jail is stupid. She doesn't belong in jail. Okay, you're Blacksad. So this is about my character, what we ended up getting. Okay, so for this playthrough, I was 57.9% sensitive and 42.1% hard-boiled. So I'm assuming hard-boiled means, I actually don't know what that means. Like, hard? So either I'm hard or I'm sensitive. So I was a bit more sensitive. Yeah, I agree. And I don't mind that. That's okay. I think it's okay to be a little bit more sensitive. Or to a point. Like I get. I was a bit more like I guess especially at the end, I was very sensitive to the cause. And I didn't want to send Sonia to jail and stuff. 53.7% cautious and 46.3% resolute. Yeah, I don't mind that. It was good to be cautious. I wasn't always absolutely resolute. Like at the end I started to be very much so. But I think at the start I just wasn't too sure where I was going with this mystery. So I was kind of saying, oh, that's just a hunch, that's just a hunch. And most of those were hunches. They weren't actually factual, real theories. And even at the end, when I was resolute about you know, like Gil shooting his partner in the hospital. It wasn't even him, so I wasn't even right, you know? So that's okay. It's okay to be cautious and not point fingers straight away. Pragmatic 51.3% or upright 48.7%. I don't really know what I'd like to have there. I don't mind it being right in the middle almost. Yeah, I suppose I was pragmatic more than upright, but not really. So yeah, that's alright. I'll take that. I love how I'm 0% lonesome and 100% romantic. Yeah, definitely. Hopeless romantic, what can I say? Okay, I was 67.7% astute and 32.3% obtuse. I guess obtuse is like a way of saying dumb. I'm mostly, yeah, I was quite smart. I didn't get all the dots connected, like all the deductions, but whatever. Still solved the case. But yeah, I'm glad I'm majority. I was pretty good, but a little bit stupid at times. Swift 96.5% and clumsy 3.5%. Oh my goodness, I was so freaking mad at myself. Every time there was a quick time event, at the start it wasn't too bad, but then the more I played, the worse I got. Like every time I had to press S, I just press any random letter on the keyboard but S, and then straight away I get a game over. Like or like D. Like the first time that I have to do a quick time event, I panic and I just press any random. I don't press what I need to press. My brain just like doesn't compute, and then I just press a random button and then I die. And then I have to replay. And then once I get into it, it's not too bad, but that start of it, the worst. I don't fucking understand what's going on with me. Never used to be like that. Maybe it's my age, but but at least mostly I was swift. I'm glad, but I'm still a little bit clumsy, and that's really pissing me off. And 98.3% talkative and 1.7% silent. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was very talkative. I know that there's an option of me being silent. And sometimes it's a valid option where you just like don't have to choose an option to talk. You just, you know, let the conversation carry on its own. But I always feel like I need to choose something. Sometimes it feels unnatural, like the whole like seduction part when we were talking to Mary walking down the street. Did you seduce Dunn or did he seduce you? And I was like, I don't want to choose any of those. But the two options were there, and I didn't even think about letting the timer run out and not say anything. Because, see, the timer to me, I'm like, oh my god, the timer's running out, I need to select something. But the timer can run out and I can just be silent. But I guess it's like the way I think about the timer, it's like time limit, you have to choose something. If there was an option to be silent or no response, as sometimes they were, I would choose that. But because there wasn't a choice like that and I was given two choices and a timer, I always was thinking I have to choose either or. Because of like the timer, yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway. So that's why. So then I choose like the lesser evil option that I would be like, okay, maybe that makes sense. And then I'll offend someone and it's like, it's not what I wanted to say. Anyway, that's why I was talkative. I think I'd be a little bit more silent otherwise, but mainly yes. I'm a detective, I'm trying to investigate, of course I will be talkative. And profitable case, 48.5%, and ruinous case, 51.5%. Almost 50-50. So I guess it was a little bit profitable, but at the same time, ruinous. Yep, I get it. I didn't really get paid. Did Sonia pay me? I don't know. If Yale... Or, it doesn't actually matter because I bet on both. So either or, one, Sonia gets profit, I'm sure she'd pay me. I'm sure. I saved her from jail, I'm sure she'd pay me. So technically it was a bit profitable. But other than that, I didn't take any bribes. I didn't take any extra cash. Even from O'Leary, I put that cash on the bet. So that was definitely not in my profitability. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm actually really happy with these results. Pretty good, pretty decent, pretty sensible. A few bad guys died. I let some people die. Covered up some stuff. So I am no angel, but I'm also not the biggest demon. So it was a great game. So I might play something closer to the style again. Very excited. I wanted to continue Friendbow as well, but I lost my save file. So now I have to find out what I was up to. And now I have to play through all of Friendbow until that part, which is not that good. I'm not keen on that. So that will take me a while to get back into. So I think I'll either want to play Murdered Soul Suspect. That's very close to like noir detective kind of interesting game, or LA Noir, which is also a detective game, which also has that meme where it's like X to the out. But yeah, anyway,